Hello and welcome back to Wisdom Warriors. Today I'm going to share with you some basic tips on how to care for this beautiful plant called Tradescantia, how to care for it in the winter because it behaves very differently in the winter to how it behaves in the summer. And this plant grows indoors and outdoors, and the tips will be on how to care for it indoors. Before I go into the care for this plant, I'm just going to say a big thank you to our subscribers, and I'm going to extend a very warm welcome to new subscribers. I need more of you on board, please, especially people of my generation. I need you to watch these videos and learn, whatever I have to share with you. Do you know what? I'm also learning a lot. I'm still learning a lot from other people. I learn from younger people. I'm learning from people of my generation. I'm learning new things from people who are older than myself. So do come aboard, subscribe, and let's learn together. There are many variations of Tradescantia, as you can see here. We've got plain dark green there. We've got pink and green there. We've got green and purple and silver here. Lovely sparkly silver leaves here. So these ones down here are variegated and they grow very well. They grow very quickly. But with most plants, they need to be watered at the right time, and also they need good lighting. So the positioning of them needs to be carefully done as well. Tradescantia thrives in bright, indirect light. Direct sunlight scorches its leaves and makes the leaves dry up really quickly. So during the winter, I normally make sure that wherever they are in the house, they get enough light, maybe by a window or by a glass door or something like that, where they're going to get lots and lots of light. They also do well in warm, humid conditions, and their natural habitat is the Americas, and they do very well there, and they do well in tropical countries as well. But I think they do still need shade to avoid scorching their leaves. They lose their lovely colors when the sun is too bright for them. Now this one is plain green, but it doesn't mean that it's not getting the correct nutrients that the other ones are getting. It's a special one which I will talk about later in the video. So this is what my indoor Tradescantias look like in the winter. In the summer, I do grow them outside and they do extremely well. Tradescantias should be watered every 2 to 3 weeks, or when the soil feels dry. You can use a stick to find out whether it needs water or not. So you just put a stick in the soil, and if the stick has soil attached to it, that means that it is still okay. It doesn't need any water. And as you can see with the moisture thermometer, it's pointing to moist. So this one definitely does not need any watering at the moment. Let's try this one here. Okay, this one is pointing to dry. So this one needs watering. Let's try this little one over here. Yes, that one also needs watering. So always check. Bottom watering is better for them than top watering because they don't like the water sitting on their leaves. So this particular one, is a pot within a pot. So normally what I do is I put water in the big pot, and then I put the pot that it's planted in there, so that the roots take in the water. They don't like water sitting on their leaves. So if you've got a pot that has a saucer or a plate, pour the water in the saucer so that the roots take in the water. Tradescantia is a naturally trailing plant, and tends the branches or the leaves tend to point downwards, as you can see here. But you can, if you want, train it to have the bushy effect, and that will, I'll show you how to do that by propagating it and just keeping it nice and short and rounded. It can also grow upwards, but sooner or later, this one, the leaves will start to hang downwards. This variation of Tradescantia is called Zebrina, and inside the same pot, you've got Tradescantia nanook. And the reason why the nanook is inside this pot is because I rescued it from its mother plant a few months ago, and just stuck it in here to see how if it would revive, and it has. Now, this nanook is not a trailing variation, and so that's why it's pointing upwards as opposed to the zebrina, which is pointing down. So very soon now, I will have to remove this nanook from here and start a new plant in a new pot so that it's just on its own. And yes, so because it's getting too tall now for the rest of the plant, so I'm going to propagate it and let it grow on its own. Propagation. Tradescantia is one of the easiest plants to propagate. All you need to do is just to pinch off one of the branches at the node like that. Okay, about 4 to 6 inches, and then remove the bottom leaves. Remove the bottom leaves like that. And you can actually stick it straight into soil, and it'll take to, or you put it in water and let it develop some roots. Now, here in this cup here, this plastic cup, I've got some that I propagated a few weeks ago, and you can see already there are lots of roots already with this one that's ready to be planted. But as I said, you don't really need to put them in water. Straight into the soil will do, and they will start growing immediately. And the thing is, with some plants, how when you propagate them and you remove the babies or the stems from the mother plant, they normally go limp for a few days. These ones do not change at all. The appearance remains exactly the same. The leaves remain exactly the same as they are when you remove them from the mother plant. Now, going back to this beautiful bright green Tradescantia, it is called the Wandering Willy, and it's actually a weed. Yes, this is a weed, and it grows so quickly. Recently, I planted a jade plant, and took some soil from outside, some compost from outside, and I think I may have taken a little bit of compost from one of the pots where this Wandering Willy was growing. And as soon as I put this inside, the Wandering Willy started to appear, and all of this I cut from this jade plant pot and it starts to grow again. You cannot get rid of it. So I have to trim this as well, because you know what's happening? It's taking up the nutrients that the jade plant needs. So it is beautiful to look at, but it is a weed. So you need to be careful with it that it doesn't choke the other plants that are growing near it. One of the most common problems with Tradescantia is when they develop leggy stems. And that's because the nodes, these nodes here, they need to be in water or soil. And when they're exposed for a long time, the leaves then the stems start to dry up and then they just fall off. So that's what happened to this one here. Because it wasn't getting any soil, that bit of the plant wasn't getting any soil, the leaves started to get brown and literally just fell off the plant. So I will need to propagate these leaves here. I'd rather do that to save them, create new plants, rather than leave them to die off. Thank you for watching my video. I hope that those few basic tips I've shared with you will help your Tradescantias to thrive. The things to remember are good lighting, good watering, shaping, and propagation. I'm sure that with those few basic tips, your Tradescantias will thrive. Um, don't forget to subscribe and give a like and also share this video. If there are any questions you'd like to ask, please leave them in the comment section. And likewise, if there are any comments that you'd like to make about this video, please leave them in the comment section. Until next time, bye.